Welcome to the shit Slinky made me watch. I'm your host, Casey, here tonight with another shitty review about shitty horror films recommended by that sumbitch Slinky. And this will be the very first double feature. It sure ain't the fucking Pillsbury Doughboy. It's the Gingerdead Man. Released in 2005, this film stars Gary Busey as the killer and begins at a diner with a robbery where he kills an old man and his grandson. Moving on, goes to a bakery with this young lady that runs it, and she's there with her co-worker, and there's a delivery from someone that's dressed in like a black robe, and she drops off a box of gingerbread seasoning, which for some reason they don't find that strange at all. The co-worker there is cutting himself and getting some blood mixed into the batter with the flour and gingerbread seasoning. Somehow that's also not noticed. And then they go and bake this gingerbread man, and he comes to life. There's a new business across the street, another bakery that's trying to get rid of these people by buying them out. They offer them $50,000, which they turn down. That's not enough money, and it's their family business. The grandmother that is also there, she's a pretty bad drunk, and she goes out with a shotgun and shoots down their banner from across the street. So there's a little bit of comedy thrown in there. They basically were doing something that was done well with Thanksgiving, but this one just fell short. The daughter from the man across the street comes in and plants a rat, trying to get them shut down from the health department. And then we have the Gingerdead Man talking shit to a rat. Later on, he cuts off the finger of the old lady. There's not really any kills per se, there's people getting injured. Later on in the movie, the co-worker comes back from this wrestling match and sees what's going on, and he attacks the gingerbread man, ripping his head off and eating it, and getting himself possessed. A little bit of time goes by, and they end up getting him into the oven and killing him. And he, of course, says, I'll be coming back, like they always do. For this film, I give it one shit stain. Don't check this shit out, but if you want to, it's on Tubi. Up next, we have the Gingerdead Man 2, The Passion of the Crust, released in 2008, and it was originally titled The Gingerdead Man 2, Bakery of Blood, which wouldn't have made sense because there was no bakery in sight. The entire film takes place on a movie studio. It opens up with a backstory given in the form of a fairy tale, very leprechaun-esque, if you will. It was pretty stupid, but there was a catchy song, Run, Run, Run. I did like that about it. There's a filming going on of this sacrifice, and they raise these puppets to life. There's one called Shit for Brains, and he literally has a pile of shit on his head. And then there is a haunted dildo. Very teenage boy humor. There is a young man that's getting ready to die, and he's in a wheelchair brought in by this pretty young lady, and he wants to have his last wish to basically go around and meet people and see the different sets. The Gingerdead Man gets delivered and is brought in by this failed actress. There's been a lot of tension on the set from everybody that's been there. I guess they're getting not paid much or not paid at all, or someone's getting paid and this other person isn't, so this huge fight breaks out. That was a little funny. They talk about reviewers talking shit about their films, and I just don't get how anyone would ever do that when they put out such masterpieces of shit. You just know, who would ever have guessed? There's, it goes from set to set, showing different things, and there's some ass spanking going on with these paddles that have NASA on them. It was nice to see a little ass, but overall, it didn't really help the film. The Gingerdead Man ends up humping one of the puppets, and it has the puppeteer's hand still in it, and he gets stabbed straight through the hand. That was pretty funny. The guy that was in the wheelchair ends up being a horror reviewer that has basically been tired of being ignored for so long and is just really pissed off, and he comes in with this bomb that's in a book bag. They end up telling him, no, don't do it or whatever, and we'll give you your place here where you can help us make movies and all that, and stop living in your mom's basement. After the Gingerdead Man has gotten enough kills, he has enough blood to be able to form this ritual of this book that he found, and he ends up bringing to life all these different puppets. But it goes against him where these puppets end up taking him down and strapping him to a cross and setting him on fire, so he was not able to transfer his soul into a human like he planned on it. I give it 2 shit stains. Casey says, check it out. It's on Tubi. Join me next week as I'll be here to talk to you about the Gingerdead Man 3 and the Gingerdead Man versus Evil Bong. I'll see you guys next time. Stay classy, folks.